Hey everybody, good afternoon. My name is Dustin Strong and this is Strong on Health. This is our Ask Me Anything hour where we can answer your questions about nutrition, wellness, and anything that has to do with your health overall. We've got three quick topics that we're going to cover today. Number one, hemorrhoids, but I'm actually going to save that till the end so we can talk about other things first. Number two, the blue zones and drinking wine at 5. And number three, we're going to go through a diet review that someone sent me because they're having some digestive issues, and perhaps you guys can help me figure out where there's room for improvement in this diet. So number one, I want to talk about tonight at La Gondola restaurant, an Italian restaurant. We're going to be emulating what happens in the blue zones. And for those of you who aren't a bit aware of what they are yet, blue zones are areas around the world where Dan Buettner, a National Geographic representative, went and identified where people live the longest. They have the greatest amount of people living over 100, and they have the lowest rates of obesity and heart disease and cancer and the things that really plague America in general. So what we're trying to do is extract from them what they're doing differently from us so that we can apply that to our lives. And what they did is they came up with, they call the Power 9. So there's 9 different elements that they say were consistent, whether it was Okinawa, Japan, or Ikaria, Greece, or Sardinia, or even Loma Linda, California. They all tend to have several of these things in common. Now, what we're doing tonight is actually going to be meeting up around 6 o'clock. They say 5 o'clock, and you know that's probably better, and that has a lot to do with their longevity because they're taking a break from work earlier. But we're trying to help people be able to take a break after work and shift from a workspace into a more relaxed space. So wine at 5 is going to be our target in the future. We're going to be doing that within the Healthy This Way environment here in Mansfield. So we're going to be identifying a few different restaurants, and we're going to try to gather people around 5 o'clock to sit down and have an appropriate amount of wine that helps them to have their wine at 5, which is one of them. But it also helps with downshifting, which is another one of those. It just helps you kind of relax and spend some time with family, know the right tribe. So several of these are going to be hit in that time, and if we can get everybody encouraged to take a walk with us, if the weather is appealing, then we can also hit the Move Naturally. And for those of you who are going to be joining us tonight, my mom's coming, so we got Family First on there too. So we're hitting all these boxes on there for multiple of these, and throughout the rest of the year and all of 2020 when we're doing the Healthy This Way, Eat This Way event, we're going to be highlighting several of these throughout the community, giving you opportunities to meet with like-minded people, to downshift, relax, and enjoy just a little bit of a healthy amount of wine. So be sure to check it out. I'm going to post an article after this about how they do it in Sardinia, which is the closest to what we're going to be doing tonight with the Italian restaurant. Okay, so let's go on to this diet we've got here. So we've got somebody who is complaining of some digestive stress, and so they sent in some samples of what they're eating. And Monday morning, they had a quarter handful of pumpkin seeds. And I think that is an amazing start to the day. Whole food, raw, sprouted, organic pumpkin seeds are going to deliver you all kinds of fat and protein and all kinds of micronutrients. So we're absolutely winning. But then we take a left turn here at the fried chicken and fried rice. Actually, fried rice, anything fried, when you start to do that, when you have to be a little more suspect of it, especially because the source of the rice, it might be a refined rice, so a lot of the nutrient content has been stripped away from it, and usually that's what they're using in white rice. And we see a lot of people having sensitivities to rice, but mostly because it's being over-processed more than anything else, and the frying aspect of it could be adding a little bit more. And then she had the other half of fried rice at dinner. So then we're just going to skip a little bit ahead here, and then we had Buffalo Wild Wings, which is again some more fried elements to it. We've got waffle fries, and we've got McDonald's burgers and small fries the next day, and we've got waffle fries from Chick-fil-A the next day, and a lot of refined carbohydrates. We've got cinnamon pretzel, we've got a donut, we've got Whataburger. So we've got a whole host of things that I had to outline in red here because all of those are going to be something that is going to be an obstacle to your body working appropriately. All of those have elements of things that have been refined, they've been stripped of a lot of nutrients, and when you are having these processed carbs, oftentimes they're coming from commercially raised wheats that are going to also be sprayed with things like Roundup before they're harvested, so you're going to have other elements in there like glyphosates, which is going to inhibit a lot of the function in your liver. A lot of this is going to take effect on your liver, and when you are having digestive stress, there can be a part of that is going to have a hard time with digesting fats. And when you have fried foods, that makes it even harder because now you're getting another element in there called trans fats, which is really hard for your body to be able to process. In fact, every time you ingest a trans fat, it takes 121 days for your body to process that out, where actually a 25% residual of it still remains. So a minute on your lips and 121 days on your hips is what we're thinking here, right? It's really something you have to be careful of when you're talking about how your digestion is getting disrupted by a trans fat. And a trans fat is a hydrogenated oil, meaning that a hydrogen ion has been added in there, so it's completely unnatural. This is something that is basically going to be like a complete plastic almost that your body's trying to do something with, and it's going to really give your body a hard time. It's adding on tons of work. Just to put that in perspective, when you ingest something like a healthy oil from salmon or from a whole food, it's going to take about 18 days for your body to completely be able to process that out. So a huge difference in how much stress that's putting on your body. So I get it, we want to be able to have fun and convenience and eat certain foods, but when you're doing it on a daily basis and you're adding those in there, you're never giving your body the opportunity to clear all of that out and start fresh. You're just heaping more garbage on top of garbage on top of garbage, and you're never getting a chance to take that out. So there's a lot of opportunity for improvement in this diet, although we did start out with these wonderful handfuls of walnuts one day and pumpkin seeds. So that's going to go a long way to help nourish you. But if you're dumping all this other stuff on top that is harming you, you're going to have a really difficult time getting ahead of it. Because we got McDonald's coming up again with some more fries and more fried rice. And we've got a lot of fried stuff in here. So we gotta be careful with consuming too many things that are fried. Okay, and now what everybody's been waiting for. Let's talk about hemorrhoids. Okay, what is a hemorrhoid? Really, it's just a varicose vein of the rectum, is all it is. So what we're looking at are things that are affecting the vasculature in a way that it is not able to maintain its repair. So if I were to suggest things to look into, now of course these are not recommendations, I'm not telling you what to do, but what I would encourage you to maybe look up is something called Collinsonia root. Collinsonia root, also known as stone root, has been known to be what they call a vascular astringent, and in my experience I have seen people have tremendous results being able to help heal that vasculature with that. Now there is going to be a liver component I would look at as well. I would make sure that the person's liver is being supported. And then there's another component that would have to do with the calcium-phosphorus ratio. So depending on the person, I would want to speak to you more directly and kind of get an idea of how much fried food McDonald's you're eating and how many actual foods you're eating that could be helping to heal that. Things like whole food vitamin C, for example. And from an herbal standpoint, there's a horse chestnut herb that can be very helpful, and MediHerb does make one called horse chestnut complex that you might want to look into and read about. And also gotu-kola. Gotu-kola is an herb that, again, MediHerb has introduced to me that can be very helpful with microvascular healing and circulation. So those are the first things that I would investigate if I were you, and if you have any more questions on that, please let me know. But to encourage you, I have personally seen many people have tremendous results in turning these around by taking and making sure that they're including the things that are going to help heal that and removing things that are constantly causing more stress and breaking things down in the body. Okay, thanks guys for watching. We appreciate it. I know we have some more questions. We did have somebody actually present us with one more thing I forgot to talk about. We'll go over it in the next one. It's a nail polish that is toxin-free, and I haven't been able to actually look into it to confirm that, but this is something to pay attention to because there are a lot of cosmetics out there, hair dyes and perfumes and whatnot that are completely unnatural substances that have been manufactured, and so when you get them in your body body has to treat them as something that is not going to help, but something that's just in the way and has to get out. So being mindful of your exposure to all of these toxins is going to be something that's going to empower you to help you become a stronger and healthier version of yourself. Okay, thanks for watching guys. Hopefully I'll see some of you tonight at La Gondola for our first Wine After Work event, and we'll see you guys in the next video on Tuesday.